Hey guys, Lou here from l.ts Custom Woodworks. Welcome to the shop. Today's another day and it is a rainy day again. We've been getting about 3-4 days of rain in Winnipeg here, so it's been safe here in the shop so far. So today we're back on the trundle bed frame. Now I'm going to be working on the footboard and headboard. I like to get everything wrapped up today if I can, ready for prime and paint. Color wise, they had picked a grayish color. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to be starting on the footboard and the headboard. I'm going to do the insert and put my cap on the top. For the footboard, I'm going to use a 3/4 inch plywood, and it's going to be 26 5/8 long. Same thing with the headboard. Now for the headboard, for height wise, 23, 24, 25, even 26 inches. You got lots of room to play with. You can pick either number. And on the footboard, we are going to go 12 inches in height, and that has a little bit of play too. You can drop it as low as you want. So those are the numbers that I'm going to be working with. So I'm going to use my domino machine to secure the footboard and headboard. So I'm going to start marking out where my dominoes are going to go, and I'm going to put one here. I'm going to put 3. Okay, so I took the time to sand one more time on the posts. Now I'm getting ready to do my glue up. I didn't sand the headboard pencil lines or anything like that. It's getting painted, so I don't like to sand plywood too much because then you start sanding into the veneers. So what I'm going to do is just glue up these biscuits or dominoes. I'll use a brush to get inside there a little bit. And bingo bango, Bob's your uncle, Christine's your aunt, Bill's your sister. Once I get these ones glued up, I will do the same thing to this side. Now I will start gluing the sides of the plywood as well, just for the extra strength. Now I'll worry about the squeeze out after. I'll spray some water, take a rag, and do all the squeeze out. It's easier to clean it now than it is later. That's for sure. I'll flip it over the other way and take a look and see if there's anything on the other side that needs to be done as well. And that is looking sexy. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to notch out 3/4 down and 1/2 inch back, and that's what's going to overlap on the side, and it's going to create like an edge band. So I don't have to edge band the sides, but I will edge band the top. So I'm going to get my saw set up. And that is that. So now this will hide this edge. So if this is a sheet of plywood, this is going to sit like this, and I can screw from underneath, and this covers that, it edge bands that. So it's perfect. Now I'm going to screw these bed frame brackets into place using the screws provided. And that is that. Now what I am going to do though is edge band this top. I'll edge band that top. I will secure plywood underneath, And I will have to cut notches on the plywood around here on this bottom piece. I could have made this a little bit wider, but I was worried about when they sit down on the mattress, when she sits down on the mattress, that because the mattress is only 6 inches, my concern is that when she sits down and squishes that mattress down, I don't want her to hit this. So that's why I only made this 3 inches. This bracket, I believe, is 4 inches, so that's the problem, that why it's sticking out below. And I didn't want to raise it up higher, even though it was on the inside. I'm just worried about, you know, getting her finger stuck in there or banging her head against it or something. So I wanted to keep that below as much as possible. So I'll just notch the plywood out in the corner here, slide the plywood in straight from underneath. She is good to go. When I need to take it apart, easily undo these 2 brackets, lift it up, and just carry the whole unit, and then this will be a separate unit, and the footboard would be a separate unit. Other than that, I just got to cut this plywood in place, give it another sand, put the top on, and then it's ready for prime. So I will go from there. So I added a second sheet of plywood here. I don't know how I made that mistake, but what happened was when you stood back, you seen the drawer because it wasn't dropped far enough. So I added a second sheet of plywood there to cover that. That's good to go. This side, you're not going to see it, so it's okay because the mattress is going to sit up this high, and you won't see it from the other side because it's going up against the wall, so we're good to go with that. The next step now is to cut the plywood from underneath and edge band this top, put these 2 pieces on the top here, and we are good to go, ready for prime. So I'm going to cut the sheet of plywood for the bottom. Now that I got the sheet of plywood cut, I'm going to notch out for these posts so the sheet of plywood on the bottom butts right up against the headboard. So I'm going to notch out for both sides, and I just have to do it for this side only. And I will cut this out with a jigsaw. Okay, the plywood is in. My camera died. The battery died, and I didn't realize it, and I just kept going. So I missed that footage of dropping it in place and screwing it from underneath. I drilled some pilot holes. I did that. What I'm going to do now is edge band this side and that side, the top rails. Then I'm going to router off the 2 edges, put those on, and it's ready for its final sand. So I'm going to start edge banding this now. So I almost got this finished here. And then bingo bango, I might even have to vacuum the pool after this. We've been getting a lot of rain the last few days, and it's been very messy around the pool and stuff. And this is good. I'm going to be using some MDF, and this is 3/4 inch MDF, and I'm just going to use it to cap the top. But I want to round off the edge here with the router. And then I'm going to run a board on the bottom here as well. This is the back of the bed. So it's going to act as a stop for that drawer that slides back and forth, or the bottom of the bed that slides back and forth. Basically, it's just going to act as a stop so it doesn't hit the wall all the time. So I will do that, but the first thing I'm gonna do is router these off. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run a bead of glue. Down this top. And then I will pin it with some brad nails. Okay, now that I have this edge band, I'm going to, this is a 3-inch piece. I'm going to screw this with pocket hole screws, and which I already pre-hand drilled the holes already. Now I'm just going to drive these in, and we are good to go.